Okay, so Enchantress is a deck that we've worked on a lot. I really am a big fan of the Leyline Scion domain style build. Green Sun is also like an insane card in this deck, I think, where you can ramp out Enchantress Presence turn 2. You can also get card advantage, mana, win condition. Very simple, very elegant. Some extras. Green Sun. I think it's just Ouphe right now, actually. And Maria is a cauldronable ability, right? Where this one isn't. You can Cauldron Maria, but you can't. So you can Cauldron Maria, but you can't Cauldron Urza. I don't know how basic planes is the one. I don't know. Maybe I have 2 1 planes. Never mind. Probably don't have it in me to register Bray's Apprentice still. It might be okay. So this deck gets to play Green 7 lost Gigantha. Net negative. Yeah, net negative. I played against Enchantress at FNM and the guy was arrested mid-game. No joke. That's so funny. Why can't you Cauldron Urza? So you can Cauldron Urza, but I believe that Urza gives the artifacts the ability to tap for mana, where Maria has the ability itself. So if you Cauldron Urza, all you get is the spin ability. Confinement not needed. Yeah, not, it's like Leyline Scion is just kind of replaces confinement. So hopefully we draw our second land, but obviously we can Green Sun for an Arbor if we Brickadelphia. GLHF, huh? Oh, we got the Blood Moons in the sideboard. What? That's not how that works. How what works? Urza has the activate ability? Oh, it does? Okay, cool. I guess I was mistaken. Nykthos is the best top deck, I guess. Although we may actually be dead this turn still. Although kind of tough with them only having 2 cards, I guess. Oh, it is, isn't it? Huh. I feel like I have Cauldron Urza now that I'm thinking about it some. Level we're trying something new, hit Amulet round 1. Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is very classic brewing in modern. Amulet's very good against brews. Amulet's very good in general. We did draw Nykthos, which is still kind of the best possible. Although I'm not exactly sure what I think we maybe just played double Destiny Spinner. So we played double Destiny Spinner. We could activate it once next turn. It's not exactly super good. So I guess I play Enchantress's Presence with the intention of like digging for Leyline Binding. Although I guess playing double Destiny Spinner has the upside of like we could like double block a Titan if they haste one. Crumbling Vestige. So they can sack Urza's Cave and get a Lotus. Which they do. Have you played Inscription? No, I loosely know that that's a game, though. Alright, they don't sack the Lotus Field. They Green Suns for 6. Anybody got any brews? Any brews to look at? Inscription Act 1. Wait, is Inscription a card game or like what kind of game is it? It's just I don't know what we do about this problem that the people who are like, please look at my deck spec, please, 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 they just leave immediately when I don't look at their deck instead of waiting for moments like this. We got some though. Love you the 31. Okay, we have some. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel like Return to the Ranks is still a card I like more than Dewdrop Cure, especially if you're playing Guide of Souls. You should play 4 Guide of Souls, I think. Only 1 Walker is kind of interesting. I feel like you just don't have enough green creatures for Court of Calling or kind of Green Sun Zenith. Just really wish you had more. It's a card game that's heavily narrated. Okay, cool. Because I like RPGs and stuff. So yeah, maybe it sounds like it's kind of perfect for me. Yeah, I'm just hate the fucking Retraction Helix thing. I also don't know how you have built Retraction Helix combo without Imri. um, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm a big hater of Retraction Helix combo. It's just so awful. Wait, I untapped. Okay, I untapped. Hold on. Pause. So we're looking for a binding, I guess. Do I just go ahead and get the Dryad Arbor? It seems like it might come up. And it says learning the deck. This is your best out against Amulet Titan, than being kind of inexperienced. Experimenting with High Noon control. So this is War Prison. I love how we just don't have Urza Saga in this deck. I mean, I've been complaining about Urza Saga plus War being awkward, so you definitely listen to that. Okay, is there any card here printed in the last 5 years? Stonebrain. Okay, we have one Stonebrain. Spyglass. I think Spyglass was first 5 years. One Boseiju. I think the Boseiju and the Spyglass. Oh, Boseiju's not 5 years, like 3 years now at this point, though. Yeah, but this is just like so it feels kind of outdated, but also like the problem with this kind of deck too is it's you're this would be okay if in a format with no artifact hate, but there's just so much artifact hate right now. It seems kind of tough. Wandering Emperor is unplayable. Teferi Time Raveler is also not very good. You shouldn't have four. Spellqueller is not very good. It's fun. I mean, High Noon is pretty good with Teferi, I guess. I don't know. I do think High Noon is good against Hollow One. I think you've taken that to heart a little bit too much. I played High Noon before. There's like a blue enchantment called Moderation. It says that you can only cast one spell a turn, but every time you cast a spell, draw a card. So we've played High Noon plus that card before. So you maybe consider going in that direction and having that be your card draw engine. Like play that like over like most of these. Maybe you could still play a spell queller or two because it's cool, but spell queller sucks for whatever that's worth. Also, listen, you cannot build a Jeskai control deck in Modern and exclude Flays. You've made a mistake when you do that. But yeah, let's take a look at Thopter Sword. So we saw that cool Agatha Soul Cauldron build. I don't know if I'm more interested or less interested in like a blue build, but this looks pretty strong. I will say like the biggest problem with Thopter Sword is like Thopter Sword players just never played enough lands, but Opal helps you so much. Helps your mana a lot. Dispatch seems pretty good. I think this looks pretty solid. I don't think I would necessarily main deck a Welding Jar. All right, I just literally can't pay attention to this. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. Just looking at that. Okay, when we play against Amulet Titan, this is designated. Look at people's decks time. Ooh, Mockingbird. No, why would you show me this tech? It's pretty cool. I mean, I liked that the big stupid wall card that costs less for each toughness you have. I'd probably play that over Mockingbird still. Probably play less Axebane Guardians now you have Green Sun. Axebane's always like the worst card. My brain is too fried for Kethis combo. Ooh, a Grist. Isn't this card awful here? You can only trigger it with Kethis. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it like gets rid of hate cards. Probably not. Okay, they're getting a Lumra. This one's kind of hard to look at. Kind of nice, though. It's pretty cool. Just kind of a jump scare. Looks pretty cool. Pretty similar to like a crime free starter build. Maybe better. Do not play 2 Dryad Arbors. Crazy. Get out. Respect yourself, please. Sorry if I missed any of y'all's. It's too many. I'm also looking kind of dead, I think. I'm just gonna keep looking. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. Phoenix on Arcanist, Flashback, Flame of Venor. This looks pretty dope. Surely the 4th Green Sun is better than 2nd Elvish Reclaimer, 3rd Ignoble Hierarch, 2nd Springheart Nantuko. Surely. I also like, I hate Elvish Reclaimer. I just hate this card so much. It's let me down too many times. Oh, you're part of the chatter who brought this deck up earlier. Drownyard Lurker. Come on, this has got to be Null Drifter has got to be better than Drownyard Lurker. The fetch lands with no Surveilland are kind of weird. Like, you could probably just play freaking Yavimaya Coast. Those look pretty fun. I think you also probably just have not enough top end. Gonna flood a lot. Did I get everybody? I mean, I've not gotten everybody. Do I like Restore Balance? I don't dislike Restore Balance. This is also so tough, y'all. Like, quad Echo Vans is so much, but what if your opponent Bowmasters your Bowmaster? Are y'all not, you're not scared? Maybe you're not scared. Maybe you're fearless. What do you think of the Yogless Yogg decks? These decks look awful to me. I know that they are not. I know that they are winning. These decks look so bad. These decks look just truly unplayable. I know that they won a tournament. I know that people do well with them. But like straight up Green Sun doesn't even look good in this deck. It's like, I just don't really get it. All right, let's arbitrarily take now to go to game 2. Okay, Blood Moon's in, Seal's in. I think we can go down to like 1 Destiny Spinner just as a Green Sun target, which is kind of fun, and then cut the Scions also, which are not very good against them. Dingo's Grixis Echo deck with Persistent Archon. No, I'm not very into Echo, though. I don't think it's very competitive. It's very fun though. Okay, Crab Abomination. Wait, you're not playing? Oh, you're playing only 4 border posts. Probably want to update that. Halo Forger is quite bad in your deck that cannot discard Restore Balance. Like, this is just only good after you've already restored balanced once. I would play As Foretold instead. Tentacle with the 15. Thank you. Welcome back. All right, no Blood Moon. Saying could turn 2 Blood Moon. Opponent's on a Multi 6. You need to play Eldrazi Breach for the Opal? I mean, of course not. I'm sorry. I mean, like, there's not any. We posted the list before, but you should try to play Opal. But there is an older list of the box field actually. I thought about Null Drift. You can cycle with Jewel, so the synergy is pretty good. I mean, your Jewels are already pretty. Like this is kind of a classic. Like this worst card works with the card my deck is built around, but it's not like you need more stuff to make Enigma Jewel good in that deck. Okay, we've been Force of Vigor. Can we draw an untapped land to Blood Moon them before this pops off? They only have 2 cards in their hand. Untapped land, let's go. Z-Bug with 30 months, thank you so much. Sorry for all the chaos. Oh, there's Resto Kiki Carnosaur 2.0. Ooh. Alright, so Persists are going to be in here now. There they are. Charming Prince, pretty unplayable. So I don't know. I just don't know how you reconcile your incredibly high mana curve, but Yeah, no, so you could probably sleep at night somehow. I forget how Blood Moon and Dryad Arbor work together, and I don't really want to find out now. Alright. You drew a sideboard card, I drew a sideboard card. Let's play some Magic the Gathering. Charming Prince is a one of tutor if Carnosaur hits Recruiter. Yeah, exactly. Like this is not a good enough reason to play it. when you have cast a Carnosaur and a Recruiter. That's exactly what I'm telling you. That is not a good enough reason. It's a 1/1 mountain creature. Okay, thank you. Are we submitting Brews? So I only was really looking at Brews because we're playing against Amulet Titan, so there's probably still going to be some downtime to look at some decks, yeah. But, you know, kind of simply, and this is something that maybe hasn't been that clear, we're looking at Brews kind of on my schedule instead of on your all schedule. That makes sense. Okay, we save the Sprawl for an Enchantress here. Gonna take at least 2 more damage. Because just like, we can save these for better cards, or if they kill the Blood Moon, we can kill the Amulet. Yeah, we're plus 10 minutes on the last 3 opponents. Okay, probably okay to Binding this Construct. We'll do it end of turn. Now that we just have drawn another Binding. Nope, no ring is definitely so nice. So nice that it's gone. We do have, 4 extra Enchantresses effectively with the Green Sun Zenith, so we have like 12 Enchantresses in the top deck. Including that one. Gonna name white with the Utopia Sprawl, I guess. Backup Blood Moon's nice, although our opponent could have, I suppose. Oh, so we should have tapped this for red and then maybe also Binding this turn. I don't know. My opponent could still Force of Vigor both moons. Do you think there's a sleeper printed like Resurgence, like Pyroclasm? I mean, the Graveyard Hate and the Artifact Hate. It's not. I don't think it's that complicated. All right, go to game 3. Makes you think that no ring is better for grindy matchups because opponents can't go draw a ring in spots like these. Yeah. Although if my opponent had a single forest, a green sun could answer the moon. It's kind of an interesting dynamic. Why not pre-combat binding? You don't want to pre-combat binding there because our opponent might still play something like a Dryad of the Elysian Grove that we would rather binding, and we could take 2 damage and just see if they play something we'd rather binding instead. They could also kill my Blood Moon, and then like I would want to get rid of the amulet in response. Okay, do y'all want to mulligan turn 2 Blood Moon? No, I don't think so. High level analysis. When I play an RC tomorrow, Amulet Titan if I could get the reps, which I probably couldn't get in time. So probably green red woodland or like Mardu Energy. How about the Scavenging Ooze Raccoon that hasn't had its time in Modern yet? I mean, Ooze and this card are not great. I don't know. I don't even know which one I think is better. They got 3 cards, so it's kind of tough for them to have Force of Vigor here. And they also don't have a basic forest in play for Moon. So if the Dryad is played after the Moon, then all of these would tap for any color. Since it was played before, this is only tap. These are just mountains. It's a bit weird. Why do we choose red? I thought it was important to cast Blood Moon turn 2 against Amulet Titan. Let me know if you disagree. I did not have the Misty Rainforest in my hand. Nor do I have... I don't think I have a Stomping Ground, actually. Maybe we should have a Stomping Ground. I have a Triome. Yeah, I guess we just cast Sythis on. We went 7-1 with the control deck and then decided to pivot over to something else. Lost a pretty rough game 3 against Oculus with them having 2 minutes on the clock. More mana, please, I guess. We could have fetched before playing Moon to have another basic, though, right? Instead of playing Nykthos. Yeah, but if the Moon dies, I think we may want to be able to fetch to get Domain online, was what I was thinking. And we didn't. But yeah, it's possible getting the other forest was better there. I'm not really sure. All right, second Blood Moon, definitely really nice. I think we'll just go ahead and start off by casting that. Wait, sorry. I did. Oh, because I've played the next Blood Moon, now they're all. Now all of these cards are again mountainified. But then I can play my Leyline, and then these will be unmountainified. Layers, layers, layers. Don't really think it's very important for me to cast or for me to animate with the Destiny Spinner this turn. We'll just do it next turn and kill them. Let me go ahead and binding an amulet. I can also maybe seal the other amulet just in case they have Force of Vigor here. Okay, let's just get the rest of our Sanctum Weavers into play. Your turn. This is a great Green Sun Zenith deck. Pretty excited to finally get around to this one. Isn't it timestamps and not layers? Okay, nerd. Same thing. That's all nerd talk. How I considered one Seed Cradle Witch for Green Sun as a way to combo your opponent? Huh. I've never seen that card in my entire life. Probably a bit would more. If you untap with Destiny Spinner, you're usually pretty good to go, I tell you what. Cool suggestion though. I always love seeing a card I've never seen before. Yeah, but you just don't usually need a lot of help winning when you untap with Sanctum Weaver. All right, 30 minutes later, Amulet Titan defeated. All right, pretty hand. Let's give it a keep. I'm gonna keep 7. It isn't split mana. I mean, I'm just reading the text on the card. If it's split mana, then it works with Priest. If it's not, it doesn't. Yeah, it would work with Cauldron. Rackus Leader should be Hollow One, Reanimator. Graveyard's a Blood Crypt. I will be happy enough with a Scion of Draco. If they don't Burning Inquiry this away, and they are Hollow One somehow, be pretty tough for them to win. Okay, they're Mardu, so maybe Mardu Gorios, maybe Mardu Hollow One. Goodbye, Scion? If they don't take the Scion, we're cooked. Okay. Oh. Seems like my opponent was actually playing Mardu Energy, a deck I had Forgotten about somehow. Right. How about that Nykthos Shrine to Nyx top deck though? Feeling pretty good. I love how in this deck sometimes like Leyline is like just like kind of a ritual that cantrips with Nykthos. Like after you cast it. What do I say to the Karuga decks running around? I give them a big shrug. They're probably about the same as they've always been. There's an Ocelot Pride. Asmo getting Looting Opal confirmed most broken deck. We 4-1'd with a build recently. That seemed okay. They target Leyline instead of Enchantress's Presence, which is interesting. Reduces my mana. Was this the right play? I guess it was okay. So I can go Sythis into activate Nykthos, cast Leyline. I think that's okay. I kind of like doing that maybe before they could get a Bowmaster down, and I think I'm okay just leaving them with the stuff in play for this turn if it means I get to have Sythis. And like if it means maybe more so that I just am not gonna flood out this game. Secret of Witch plus Sanctum Weaver. Yeah, I know that it works with Sanctum Weaver. It just doesn't work with Priest of Titania. Still, I don't think it's a card you want, but it is a very cool suggestion. You know, this was a matchup that I felt was pretty favorable before the energy deck started to play the ring, and now they don't get to play that card anymore. So I guess they're kind of saying that they have a Bowmaster with this attack as their last card, and I think I'd like to Binding the Bowmaster more than anything else. So that card sure is in the deck, huh? All right, so leave up 2 floating white mana. We'll cast a Sanctum Weaver, and then let's see if they have the Bowmaster to respond to these triggers. They do. So they are going to get to kill the Sythis because they're going to get a couple more triggers in response to this. But I think it's good now for us to respond to the Bowmaster with the first binding and then kill the Bowmaster with the second binding. This way I get like an extra card and an extra life. I also denied 2 energy, 2 life from them. They target the Bowmaster. We binding their Bowmaster. But 2 more triggers for them to kill the Sythis. But they're out of cards in their hand. I think we stay at 15 life. We get to keep going. I think we probably chord for Sythis again, so we can gain life. Or sorry, green sun for Sythis. The next turn we can maybe present lethal with Destiny Spinner after we've also played a Sanctum Weaver. Well, maybe just going Sanctum Weaver, Spinner is better. It seems better against them maybe top decking oh well, now I can just cast a Sythis. Which reduces some mana constraints a little bit. But I do want to be able to make sure, like, if they static prison my binding or if they cast another Bowmaster, we can just kind of play around that. And then we can start off next turn with a Scion, which also means we're kind of Bowmaster proof. 1 mana short of casting it this turn. Enchantress, yeah, I think Enchantress seems to be pretty good. It's a very good Green Sun deck. This is a very good Green Sun deck. And also, maybe this is on a more macro level. There's a lot more artifact hate than there is enchantment hate at the moment. Yeah, we've already played Control today. We went 7-1. Seemed good. Yeah, Enchantress will be worse if people play Fracturing Gust or Back to Nature though. So I gotta watch out for those cards. There you go. One card in your hand. I'll take 6. Of course they draw a spell. Not a very good one though. Right, my opponent is super dead on board. We'll see how long it takes them to realize that. Maybe they'll just concede to my Scion. So up a game against Mardu Energy. Could just be a good old run back situation. I think a Seal of Primordium to kill Static Prison and kill Bombardment could be good. Yeah, maybe just like 2 seals over 2 spinners. Seems okay. Like killing Static Prison like is especially good because that's their answer to Leyline Scion. Am I officially starting to look at the old decks? Yeah, I have obviously like I built Jeskai Control today, but I ended up building it with looting, but it was also very good. And I built this deck, which is also kind of a green sun deck. But I also have mono green Eldrazi, updated green white birthing ritual ready to go for maybe tomorrow. This week's gonna be kind of weird because I have no plans for tomorrow, but I'm spending Christmas with my family. Then normal stream Thursday, normal stream tomorrow, I guess. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday is going to be the Cube for charity events. So I think we're just cubing this weekend. So I'm gonna try to do as much. We'll still get like more than 20 hours of Modern streamed, and then next week we're gonna do the 24-hour stream. So a lot of stuff to do there. What are the top 3 decks? I kind of feel like it's Creativity, Energy, Hollow One. But it's just also all over the place. Any plans on looking at Madness Emrakul? Yeah, it might be a good time to go back to that card. Is Traditional Tron just dead? I mean, Traditional Tron has been dead since MH3 with like a lot of the Eldrazi cards. But you can put Tron lands in your deck still. There's just a lot of ways you could build it. It's my favorite cube archetype. I like anything like fast combo. The thing is, one thing that I'm kind of excited for the Cube for Charity event though is I've basically never streamed Cube with like the attitude of me tryharding it and me trying to get wins because I've never had a real reason to. But now with Cube for Charity, I've got a reason to try hard every draft, which I think makes it more interesting. I've not seen Dingo's Vanifar deck, but I would take a look if someone linked it. Oh yeah, the Vintage Cube qualifiers, right? No, we have actually. I forgot about the Vintage Cube qualifiers, but yeah, that was very fun. That was very fun, and so maybe it'll be a kind of a similar dynamic. So they do have a wear tear. 2 Ugins isn't that bad to run. Yeah, Ugins probably okay. All right, 3 cards left. You know, a lot of disruption, but not a lot of pressure so far. And our top decks are, better than they used to be because of Green Sun Zenith. If they tank pass, I'm probably just not playing Sanctum Weaver into Definite Burn Spell. They could have been thinking about Guide versus Pride, although that's unlikely. We're going to cast our spell, not rocket science. Especially because they do have discard spells. I don't understand how on Earth this deck is as good as it is, but fair play, the deck is performing. My deck or their deck? Don't want to block as a Bowmaster. Lush Portico time. Well, they don't have a static prison, so we'll graveyard that. Oh, my deck. I mean, my deck makes a lot of mana really quickly and draws a lot of cards. Is that a good formula? I think it is. Cool. Kind of wanted like a Seasoned Pyromancer to chord 4, so you can like discard Vanafor and tap with Cauldron. Yeah, this deck is playing a lot of fast disruptive elements. It has a lot of good nut draws with Leyline Scion. You can make 5 mana turn 2. Draw a ton of cards. What's not to like? You can pod any 1-drop into a win with Vanafor in the deck. I know. Was Dryad Arbor the hero all along? Dryad Arbor gets its revenge against Orcish Bowmaster finally. At a pretty good time, right before I draw a cantrip. Would I deck Lantern Control? No, sorry. I'm not interested in Lantern Control. It's not very good right now with all the hate, and I don't really think there's like any big innovations I have for it. And I just know I'm not going to stream with it. They keep a card on top. Let's hope it's a threat and not an answer, because untapping with Sythis is probably really good. Okay, it's a static prison, which of all the answers, this one's a bit better, I guess, because it could potentially die. We've got some answers to this with 1 more Seal of Primordium and 4 Leyline Bindings. I'm a little bit surprised they decided to jump with the Guide of Souls. They only have 1 card in their hand. Ah, that checks out. Wait, they have Season. Where did this come from? Come on. How is the Nightmare this good? It's pretty brutal. We only have 1 Surveillant because we need Triumphs for Domain. Game 3 on the play. I think I'm going to play a 3rd Seal, seeing that they're on Nightmare. I don't think I want to bring in Rest in Peace, though. Our Necro deck's getting phased out by higher power combos. I mean, I don't know if that is exactly how I describe what's happening, but I also don't really think of Necro as a combo deck. Unless you play the Necro Belcher deck that we used to play. I'm pretty low on Nightmare still. I mean, it got better with Faithless Looting, I suppose. I mean, there's a time I really liked that card. It's also just very fun. You know what I mean? Yeah, exclamation point deck rogues. Access to all the Mox fields. They have a Thoughtseize? Yeah. They're thinking. So if they're thinking, they just have a removal spell for Enchantress's presence, but they do end up taking it anyways. I think we'll just go for the Surveil this turn. I might even cycle this Ketria Triome. We'll see what happens. We'll probably play a Nightmare deck at some point. Necro deck the 5/0, those running Beseech the Queen instead of Profane Tutor. Huh. Not have expected that. It's kind of it sounds interesting. Can I say no to a Leyline Binding that costs 1 mana? I guess I cannot say no. Yeah, if I draw an Enchantress, I won't have wanted to play the Destiny Spinner. We're talking about Beseech the Queen, Da Vinci. I know you have to always come in and actually we are talking about Beseech the Queen. I'm assuming that's what they mean. So they do have a Flage. Kind of interesting which one they target. Don't think I want to flip the Ajani with Dryad Arbor. I think we just pass. I would really prefer to wait until I draw an Enchantress for the binding and we have, 11 Enchantresses we can top deck at any given time. Yeah, we have Scion we could top deck. We have Green Sun, Enchantress's Presence, Sythis. Even maybe Destiny Spinner is an okay draw. Although they're probably going to flage one of my Sanctum Weavers, so it'll be a little bit weaker. Be okay. I think I will just go ahead and grab Dryad Arbor end of turn. Then the deck a little bit. Again, not gonna wait for my draw step, so if I draw an Enchantress, binding cantrips. Yeah, I do miss Gigant. Like, Gigantha would have been insane this game. Of course. Well, save this for an Enchantress. I think it's better to binding this now because they have shown us wear tear. So if you kill binding in response, the Flage doesn't go away in these kind of spots. I think Green Sun Zenith might make prayer better. I don't think it makes it like appreciably better, but we can look at it again. There's obviously some synergy. Dang, even I think even Scion doesn't bail us out now. Oh right, I'm out of spinners, right? I mean it's okay. Like we just went with Scions now. Or I mean, I should maybe say that's our only. I think even that we're just dead to bombardment. Yeah, just no outs actually. Is Oculus Unearth Deep Analysis enough to run on looting Grixis? Yeah, it's something to try. You should probably play Tommy if you're playing Deep Analysis and looting too. Okay, 1-1. So we get Green Sun for Dryad Arbor. I'm just gonna mulligan, I think. Alright, we'll keep this put back to the binding. Do you have a sense for whether Jeskai Build of Energy could be worth trying? Yeah, I think Mockingbird is really, really good in Jeskai Energy. It is worse without Amptraptor. Copying Amptraptor was really strong, but I imagine it's still a good thing to try. I was not a big fan of Royal Cartographer when I did try the card. It was like okay. What do you swap out for the control version of Enchantress? I don't know. I recommend building this deck, not that deck. And I've had mini builds of this version that I've been working on for over a year at this point, and like that deck is just really dead in my mind. I think this build's a lot better, and it's a lot better with Green Sun. Any Soul Flare decks since looting? No, probably will not be Soul Flaying anytime soon. We'll see. Okay, so this is either Dredge or Hollow One. Probably Hollow One. I've not seen any Hollow One today. It's kind of surprising. I don't know if it's falling off or what. So they're hasting something here. There's probably a FOMO, maybe two things. Haste a FOMO, discard. Vengevine. It'd be great to draw a land in the top two so I could go sit this in the Sanctum Weaver here. Okay, nice. I'm excited to test this matchup. This feels like a good example of a matchup that people are kind of wondering, like, oh, this Hollowvine deck is really explosive, and like trying to figure out what's good against it is important. And I feel like this deck probably has a lot of game. The life gain from Sythis also just adds up so much. With that much draw power, you can find room for one solitary confinement. Well, the thing is, just if you just have Leyline Scion, you don't care about solitary confinement for the most part. It could be fine. It could be fine. I just think it's a kind of a win more card in this build. Probably fine. Testing as Hollowvine is tough. I agree. It's very swingy deck. My Sanctum Weaver is tapping for 5 right now. They graveyard a Detective's Phoenix. They cycle a Street Wraith. No Delirium, hit for 4. Weaker draw. I think I name white here. Like these nice that these 1 mana cards. I guess Utopia Sprawl is mana positive. Wow, Nykthos is gonna go. Okay, GG. GG, GG, GG. Do you think Dredge is good right now? Not really. Just like there's just so much graveyard hate. It's very difficult for you to feel like Dredge is a particularly good thing to be doing, I think. It's not awful. Consider wanting 1 Nylea's presence. Nah. Seems unnecessary. Low card quality too, of course. Okay, your turn. I don't see why this deck is good, says the chatters. All right, we'll bring in our Rest in Peace, and then I think we'll do kind of the same thing, just down to 1 spinner. You need to make 1 more cut. Could cut an Abundant Growth, could cut a Green Sun Zenith. Well, probably not. I think trimming a growth seems okay to me. Gonna be mulliganing kind of aggressively to like Leyline Scion or Rest in Peace here. Yeah, being a good Rest in Peace deck, definitely pretty premium right now, I think. So kind of, to a lesser extent, the Stony Silences too. All Is Dust versus Enchantress could be rough. Yeah, but it's not like All Is Dust is a popular card right now. Is this the first deck without unman cards? Well, we do have 4 Green Sun Zenith, so not quite. I think the fact that this hand can go potentially binding or potentially turn 2 Sanctum Weaver into binding custom spells probably good enough for me to keep. Done the mold of 5. Thoughts on adding Sterling Grove and some Silver Bullets? Well, Sterling Grove Silver Bullets is how people have had been building this deck. I genuinely think it's much worse than building the deck like this. Sterling Grove sucks; it just doesn't do anything. The Silver Bullets are low card quality, weak. You just don't need them very much either. I don't know. You could main deck a Rest in Peace. I feel pretty good about the build. I do have a couple decks built that don't play the banned cards. Like, we might play Mono Green Eldrazi after this. I don't know. What was my other deck? Yeah, I don't think I have the bandwidth for Green White Birthing Ritual today. That deck's pretty grindy. This hand would have been a little bit better with that in our opener. Any of the Eerie cards from Duskborn you've considered? The blue, the only good one is the blue 2/3. The only one you can come close to considering. That card is pretty good. Did not quite make the cut, I guess. All right, another hasty. So as a general rule of thumb, I almost never haste Fear of Missing Out on turn 2. If my opponent's hand is like just all lands, you could maybe, but I've basically never done that. What's my stream schedule looking like? I'm taking Sunday off, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday is going to be Cube for Charity. And then Monday and Tuesday is the 24-hour stream. So we definitely have a lot to get to. Actually, Sterling Grove makes so much sense. Sterling Grove does nothing! This format is so fast, right? This format is like Faithless Looting combo, Mox Opal, creativity. Sterling Grove is just 2 mana do nothing in a format that doesn't have a lot of disenchants, or like there's a lot more shatters than disenchants. Okay, good Lightning Axe here. 1 card in their hand only though. Is that a Twin 24-hour stream? We're not gonna be playing Twin the whole time. We would have if that was the only thing on ban, but we're still gonna do the 24-hour stream. Yeah, they just play a 4/4. I have tested Green Overlord in this deck before. I think Green Sun mostly just replaces what it's kind of doing in the deck. Is Shelter by Ghost playable in Modern? Not really. Did I mean Wednesday? I said Sunday twice. Wednesday is Christmas. I'm taking Christmas off. This weekend, I'm doing the Cube for Charity event. We'll be talking more about that tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. Then Monday to Tuesday next week is the 24-hour stream with a young Dingo coming over to help me actually make the full 24 hours. Big hit here. It was a well-timed pick your poison. I think let's go Green Sun into for Sythis into Leyline Binding. Thinking a little bit about Spinner plus Binding plus Arbor to chump block. No, it's Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Oh, okay. Sorry. For some reason, I thought the 30th was the last day of the month. Okay, so probably Tuesday is just an off day to recover from Cube to Charity and prepare for the 24-hour stream. It probably makes the most sense. The promise made 2 years ago was 24 hours twin stream. I know that was the promise 2 years ago. The idea, though, of course, was that the most interesting thing going on would be Splinter Twin being unbanned, but that just isn't the case. They're really going to be bringing back Avengevine here? No, they're not, thankfully. You mean Monday is the day off, so we do a 24-hour stream Tuesday, Wednesday? Yes, sorry. But if that's all that had happened, we would have done it. That's how desperate we were for content. Okay, so I'm binding the fear of missing out. Although they don't have delirium. So I guess it's more life to binding the Rootwalla, but this is the kind of the higher quality card, I guess. It's pretty close, actually. Wait, they exiled Vengevine instead of Street Wraith? What the hell? Maybe I exiled Detective's Phoenix. Yeah, let's exile Detective's Phoenix and then block the Rootwalla. That's the line. Oh, come on. I guess I waited too long. It was obvious. How do you ever not attack with Rootwalla, though? In what world? Oh my gosh, I guess this is the world. Spooky. I mean, it's not spooky. I obviously have a Leyline Binding in my hand. And so like there's like how could I ever wait for a minute without a Leyline Binding in my hand? Just that's like a pretty tough conclusion to come to. I actually don't even think it's the right call on their part. Okay, a good chance I want to cycle this at this, so we'll tap like this. Okay, although very happy to draw this one. Now we're up to 6 life, which is outside of the Blazing Rootwalla pump range. Can double block here with like Sythis and Dryad Arbor, maybe. Still a little sus. I mean, I think it's not sus that they're ghosting at all, because like I basically told them, hey, I have a Leyline Binding in my hand. I think there's basically no way they could come to any conclusion that's not like, oh yes, you obviously have Leyline Binding. So I think we cast this first because we have the Nykthos. So I have I have 6 enchantments. So I could shock in, I could attack for 12, which is just not going to quite get the job done, I guess. So cast the Rest in Peace. The Sprawl keeps me alive here, since I can get back up to 6, which is outside of the Rootwalla range. It would be nice to green sun again, but I think just gaining as much life as possible is pretty good. Although, is there ever a difference between being at 5 and being at 6? Not really. Let's just green sun for second. Destiny Spinner then. Do we not have anything to deal with green suns to deal with Phoenix? No. Maybe we could, maybe we should. I think we're gonna win this game anyways. I just like in this deck green sun is mana, card advantage, ramp, win condition already. Like, does it also have to be everything else? I think kind of no. Oh right, sorry, I forgot we have Leyline in play, so we'll see if the 1 point of damage matters, but they're not playing Bowmaster, so I just don't think it can matter for whatever that's worth. Yeah, you're right. We should not have fetched. Haste Flameblade Adept. Wow, we found it. We found the one way to lose. Damn. Alright, game 3. Needed to play Utopia Sprawl for an activate Nykthos losing mana. No, it's better to activate Nykthos first because we get more white mana this way. Otherwise you're tapping a land that makes white. Alright. Punt. Close game. Yeah, tough to get punished there, but we did. Okay, on the play. Gonna mulligan this. Definitely gonna keep this one. I'm just unsure how we're sequencing this. I think let's put back the Scion. No, I tapped the Dryad Arbor to activate Nykthos. Because so yeah, if we tap the Utopia Sprawl to activate Nykthos, we lose the pips. Is Burn back? I think Burn's really bad. It's bad. I think it's bad against creativity. It's bad against energy. It's bad against Hollow One, which are all kind of the top decks. Might get Picker poisoned. Okay, still have my Enchantress's presence. Although I did not want you here, Dryad Arbor. And no Hollow Ones, good news. Okay, looting this time. Burn absolutely dumpster creativity always has. Not now that you can persist Archon on turn 2, Goofy. Come on. The persist Archon is insane against them. It's just like unlosable almost. They did discard a Vengevine. 2 Phoenixes also. Okay, they didn't have any Hollow Ones last turn, but they've drawn a lot of cards since then. Take 2 Hollow Ones to bring back this Vengevine. Or I guess they could have Hollow One Root Walla. 1 Hollow One. Pass. Okay, that's good news. Well, it seems a bit better to play Sanctum Weaver than it does to play Utopia Sprawl, I suppose. Dryad Arbor hurting, but we should have a pretty good turn next turn. Burn will probably never be at the level it once was due to the sheer fact of card quality now. Maybe, yeah. I do definitely remember Burn being a tier 1 deck. And it was like I remember like just feeling like you could basically guarantee that you would play against Burn multiple times, like during round 1 of your GP or whatever. Turn 2 persist doesn't always happen, and yeah, and you won't always win against Burn with creativity, but I think the dynamic of persist Archon makes you favored against Burn overall. But yes, of course, you will not always win your good matchups. It's one of those like matchup dynamics too, where it's like if the creativity player just has looting into persist, there's nothing the Burn player can do about it. Like they're just completely hopeless. And if the creativity player knows the matchups and knows the matchup that they just need to mulligan to that, it is just literally hopeless for them. This is going to be a tough spot still. We have a lot of mana. Hopefully we can keep these cards coming together. Okay, Rest in Peace helps some. So I think we make white here, or I'm just thinking if it's better to Nykthos first or to Weaver first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get to tap the Sprawl if we do this first, so I think this probably ends up being better. So they can't bestow another copy of Detective's Phoenix. And their FOMO is turned off. Probably better, or maybe better, to exile the Phoenix just to get rid of the flyer. This seems fine. Just get rid of the hollow one. This seems fine. We only have one Destiny Spinner, so we'll just grab a Sanctum Weaver. Probably going to be easily enough able to just take 4 damage this turn. Yeah, double bolting Archon of Cruelty is a losing line. Is it worth to play 1 Dryad to Green Sun for Scions? No, I don't think so. Take 4. Octopus Gigolo, thank you for the 28 months. Appreciate you. I've probably pronounced your username different each time, huh? And that's the fun of resubscribing to Aspiring Spike. You have no idea how I'll pronounce your username. I guess we fetch Ketria Triome to discount the binding by 2. Well, we can cycle Sythis. We're also, of course, still doing pretty dang good here. I think with all this white floating, we'll just activate the Nykthos now. We also have a second Sanctum Weaver to tap. Oh, a land? Another land. Okay, well. Let's go ahead and cycle. Okay, so now I can Green Sun for Sanctum Weaver. Or sorry, for Destiny Spinner. And I have 13 enchantments. Okay, close one. Get in there, Dryad Arbor. Mizzo with the 8 months. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Could be Hammer with Mox Opal. Let's go to 5. Sounds pretty clunky. Sounds pretty good. Oh. Is this Hammer with Leyline X? I'm only saying that because I know, Matthew. Yeah, of course it is. Okay, probably not going to Green Sun into the Sentinel now. I don't think Volgavoth Slayer is good in this deck. It just doesn't trigger your Enchantresses like it does in Standard. Someone just brought up Dryad as a Green Sun target. It seems quite bad, I think. You would basically never get it. Well, I guess I'm dead to a Paladin now, and then I'll be proven wrong. Another hammer. So I really, really do not want to give our opponent a card if I can help it, since it seems like they're just dying of thirst looking for a Looking for a land for Paladin. Nykthos would be a sick draw. Leyline Binding would be good. Only the one Surveil land, of course. Yeah, I just can't give our opponent any cards here. There's just no way. No way, not doing it. Would I trade a Dryad Arbor for a Sentinel? I think that's fine, probably. Wait, what? Why doesn't stupid I just layers? I just can't do it. Timestamps, which is just layers with extra steps. Is this a bug? Is this supposed to have the leyline abilities or no? I kind of just don't know why it could be like this. Leyline says non-land. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I take it all back. I'm still attacking no matter what there. It's not layers. I know the nerds always want to correct me on that. Alright, so let's have the ability to draw a binding. Funny game. So my life total is pretty big, but we are definitely dying to a paladin still. Now that they have the shadow, I guess this gave trample too. We're favored for our opponent to not draw an untapped white source. Not a white source. Let's go. Okay, we got a few sideboard cards for the artifact decks. I think just go down to one spinner. Now, how good is Leyline Scion against them? I might just cut Scions. They were okay that game. I think that game was probably an outlier. Let's go to Mulligan. Definitely seemed like an outlier to me. Do we think Tithing Blade is enough to be bargained off Beseech the Mirror, or do we play Beseech the Queen? I wouldn't go in trying to Beseech the Mirror off of just Tithing Blade. I mostly don't recommend trying to play Beseech the Mirror in Modern. I like Profane Tutor more than either of the Beseeches. Caustic 35 months, welcome back. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm your friend, Aspiring Spike. Well, let's keep this. So Stony Silence doesn't do a lot against Sigarda's Aid. I'm gonna name green with this hand. I'm probably gonna go Weaver Growth next turn. Could be dead on turn 2. Land double hammer. I think this deck's feeling good so far. Ooh, what a top deck. Play this to not be dead too. Hammer on Inkmoth Nexus. Nyx with a gifted sub, thank you. So I think we kill the Sigarda's Aid, so our Stony Silence can just turn off the equip. The problem with this line is that Mox Opal is legal, so there's higher chance our opponent can go 0-drop into equip. But I think we still go for it. It looks like we're getting paid off too. Have I tried silencing? We have tried Isochron Silence. I don't know. Yeah, this deck is pretty known quantity. It's pretty cool. I probably will not be casting too many more Orm's Chance. Probably going to be playing mostly like the Faithless Looting control deck that we trophied with today. Looks pretty fun. I would definitely not play Reprieve in this format, though. I think it's very weird to just play Zero Chance, but maybe just with Snapcasters and Tomios, it's fine. Zero is it Zero Wrath Disguise also? Yeah, Zero Wraths feels weird right now. The card's just so good. Okay, so we can grab a Sythis. What's wrong with Reprieve? Reprieve is a quite poor card in a format that's kind of dominated by cards like Collector Ouphe and Stony Silence, where mana curves, like there's just a million like 0 and 1 mana spells. Reprieve is really poor. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 enchantments for Destiny Spinner. Can we win with Destiny Spinner here? I think we're just gonna attack with the Destiny Spinner. We're gonna pay for the Sentinel. Activate the Nykthos. Spin to win. It scales. It scales is fine, yeah. Playable deck. All right, let's get a 4-1 prediction going. Oh, it started already. Thank you, Magical. To me, Storm seems like it's probably incredibly good right now, which is probably why you're asking. Is you're like, wait, why is no one playing Storm? Storm seems literally good against everything, and people are not playing hate for it. Oh, Travis is playing Leyline X. Cool. Surprised. Okay, opponent after my heart here. What are you doing with that shifting woodland? Although maybe they're just playing the Green Sun Yogg deck, and then I'll be so upset. You can just play Enchantress's Presence. Doesn't get Fatal Pushed. Bowmaster be kind of scary. Yeah, Bowmaster pretty scary with no Leyline Binding and no Leyline of the Guildpact plus Scion of Draco. Yeah, we definitely cast just didn't cast any spells into the Sentinel, so you wouldn't draw your second planes. Yeah, I think Hollow One should definitely be playing Vengevine. It's been looking pretty impressive in that deck. Try brewing with new grist. Maybe it is probably better now that Green Sun is back. If you play Vine, you don't play Root Wall and Lore. You must play Root Wall with Vine, and I think you should also play Lore. The thing about like the Hollow One players, y'all are all just so freaking Bowmaster brained. You can play Bowmaster over Flameblade Adept if you want, but it's like it'll be okay if you don't Bowmaster Burning Inquiry your opponent. That's not actually the most important thing you can do in that archetype. But I just know you guys are all just so Bowmaster brained. And the Sanctum Weaver is just gonna die. I think we played anyways. Didn't we used to play the Stony Chain to the Rocks? I love the card. You could still, it's a bit more awkward with the domain stuff. You also have Leyline Binding now. Oh, as in you do play. Yeah, of course you play. I mean, I posted the deck list. You can find it on the Mox Field. Okay, big hit. Need a binding, I guess. It's pretty good beside you. Although it does give me domain. I think I get domain in here. Probably still pretty cooked. Okay, there's the binding. Vagabond Slayer does trigger ETB triggers for enchantment directs. Yeah, it doesn't. This is a cast, so this is a cast, which is why we're not playing it. We also have a bunch of tap lands already. So now we need to draw a white source, I guess. I guess we can also just green sun for Dryad Arbor to have an extra blocker. Yeah, let's do that. Might just be alive here. They only have 2 creatures in the yard. Yeah, we're just kind of alive. How'd the Hollow Vine go? I mean, we played it last week. It was the deck looked. I think we 4-1, and I think the deck was like really like Vengevine was clearly very good. Yeah, I think Hollow Vine is one of the best decks in Modern right now. I don't think it'll necessarily stay like that. I felt that way last week. Maybe it's just a new week, new day. Dice Factory deck was good. I think we 4-1 with the Fleshraker build. We didn't do very well with the Tron build, but the Fleshraker seemed awesome. I think we got a 4-1. I think the deck looked good. It might have been a 3-2. Super surprised Eldrazi ramp fell off. Yeah, I mean, I think it may be back. It's just still so early. Assuming that this match doesn't take an hour, we'll probably start at least one league with Mono Green Eldrazi after this. Our first actual no ban card deck. Okay, so they tap some mana, then they sack the insect token, kill the Destiny Spinner. I'm at 7 life points. They got 2 cards in their hand. I chump block, I take 1. They're going to green sun for a Scavenging Ooze. I just don't understand this deck. White of the Reliquary, I guess. I don't get it. I don't want to get it either. I don't want to understand. So now I kind of want them to minus on my Sythis, I guess. I don't understand what there is to understand. I mean, this deck won a challenge, and people really, really like it, and I just think it's so, like, weird and dopey and underpowered and slow. I could be wrong, I don't know. I do recognize it's doing well, but I just don't exactly understand why it is. Whoa. What the hell? This is from MagicCon Vegas. Look at it. It's like going holographic. That's so sick. Wait, they didn't do that for my avatar? Come on, Magic Online. We couldn't have done this for the Jade Avenger. Come on. Should have asked. I guess so. I didn't know that such technology was possible. Thought it was outside of the realm of human technology. Can I lose if I just play Scion here? Probably not. Let's find out. Thanks, Name. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you. I always love seeing. I don't play Modern, but I do watch your YouTube. Maybe it's a good time to get into it now if you're interested in getting in at all. I think there's maybe been no better time to get into Modern. Yeah, I just like Jade Avenger. It's not really that deep. Okay, we're up a game against the Green Sun, Zenith, Agatha, Soul Cauldron, Urza Saga pile. Rest in peace against White of the Reliquary, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Let's play like at least one. Think we'll go down like 2 Destiny Spinners. Yeah, just play a couple rips, I guess. The average length of spike stream is an indicator of the format quality. Yeah, when the format's bad, I'm just like off stream like 4 or 5 hours a night trying to find anything to do. And when it's good, I just can do all this extra stuff on stream. It's awesome. This is like you watch me play my commander deck. That's funny. Yeah, I think Enchantress is pretty good in modern. It seems good against the unbans, and you also get Green Sun. I feel like Green Sun has felt really dang balanced so far. Is Hollowvine on YouTube? I don't know. I don't manage the YouTube uploads. I don't check. It might be. But there's just been I think my editor's probably doing like 2 a day and still probably not able to keep up. The most exciting deck I've played since the unbans. I think like the Glaring Fleshraker combo decks are really, really, really sick. We trophied with Jeskai Flage Control today, which was that deck felt like I was really living in the future. So probably one of those two. Is Amulet Titan cracked? I mean, the thing is, Amulet Titan players are unsatisfied with their archetype unless it literally has no bad matchups and can't just like win against everything all the time. And it does not seem like it can win against everything all the time. But it's still probably one of the best decks in the format. We played against a Titan player earlier who also like I kind of feel like I would have beaten if they were just more experienced, and so like there's always that dynamic too. Just gonna cycle at least one Abundant Growth. Okay, nice pickup here. Let's just play a Rest in Peace. Yeah, Merfolk is certainly the best deck against Titan. Merfolk is probably pretty solid. I mean, it's still like still probably very bad against Energy, but it got a little bit easier. All right, if you want to Fulminator Mage my Dryad Arbor, that'll be okay, I guess. Just trying to think of it. I think I have enough gas in my hand that I'm probably going to be content to Utopia Sprawl first. You can find a link to all the decks I've played in the Mox field, Mia. Enchantress in general. I think it's in general good right now. It seems to be I think not only does it seem to be good against a lot of the decks that are rising to the top of the crop here, but it also seems to be taking advantage of the fact that people are playing a lot of sideboard card, graveyard hate and sideboard artifact hate. A lot less stuff that kills enchantments. Gonna kill my Arbor? They're thinking about it. I think Elves might have a chance. I'm a big Elves fan. Elves is one of my favorite decks. I think that it can be good against like in a more linear metagame. If everyone is just racing, Elves is a really good choice. Otherwise, I don't think it is. I think we're still not quite in an environment where Elves is very likely to shine. All right, my 2/3 lines up well against your 2/2 and your 2/1. Didn't Elves do poorly last 2 times I played on stream? Yeah, I don't think Elves is super good, but I think it can be good if a metagame changes. I think it's mostly due to like Elves has always kind of just been a matchup lottery deck. Don't like that. I guess that's how this deck wins games. Let's Blood Moon them on the play. Also, Leyline Scion would be pretty good. No Leyline Scion, but a hand that looks like we have to keep. In my opinion, this deck could easily play 4 Blood Moon main. Yeah, I think you could play Blood Moon main. I don't know that we're in an environment where Moon is good in the main. If you do think that's the case, let me know, I suppose. Yeah, I just want to get I want to get Domain online so that we can go set this into Binding next turn, maybe. Ragos reprinted would make Enchantress good. Enchantress is currently good. I don't think it needs the extra help. This is kind of bad with my Blood Moons, but whatever. What's my monocolor identity? I'm a colorless, I think. I'm colorless and I cost 23 mana and I'm an 0/1 with Defender. I'm gonna go upkeep Binding the Halfling. Sanctum Weaver seems fine to keep here. I also have the text in. This card counts as 0 mana value. This card counts as 0 mana value if revealed to Calibrate a Blast or whatever. And that's the exact phrasing on the card too. Right. Pretty happy, I guess, if they make a construct, especially with them having these culling rituals, apparently. A little bit less happy if they play a Bowmaster. Kind of seems like they're considering upkeep Bowmaster. Force of Vigor. So I think we'll go Abundant Growth Sanctum Weaver instead of Enchantress's Presence here, especially because the Presence plays not that well into a Haywire Might. Your local meta is Creativity, Archon, Brutescale combo. Is there a good deck to combat that or just sideboard cards? Ruby Storm is probably great against both of those. They just failed to find. Okay, they did fail to find. Because they just drew their other Haywire Might. Okay, so cast Enchantress's Presence, and then I guess it has to be Destiny Spinner. Oh no, it can be Leyline. I think I want to cast the Leyline so that way I use my mana more effectively, and then Nykthos and Scion are better top decks because they're just going to kill the Presence here. So it's not like I care that much about drawing another enchantment off the spinner. You know what I mean? Okay, and so then there's a green sun that we can get Sythis with next turn. Main phase, make the construct, get in for 6. We're getting for 7, down to 9. Presumably, they don't have anything else to get, so they'll just be like max 4/4s next turn. Might want to chump block with Dryad Arbor, so we'll do this. Then we'll make 4. Oh, maybe I should have put that on Windswept Heath here. I guess the Windswept Heath is already pretty online. Ooh, nice. So let's just cast Scion of Draco and hold up the Leyline Binding. Oh wait, sorry. Oh wait, it does tap. Okay, it does tap for all colors, but it itself is not all colors. Very intuitive. Great. Your turn. Looting was never good in Storm. What have I changed to adapt it into the strategy? I don't know if you're responding to someone, but I would not include Faithless Looting in Storm. You're probably just responding to someone else. I would have lost right over there. Wait, what would have happened? Could be play to play. Yeah, you could play less Destiny Spinners if you wanted to. It's kind of good early too against counterspell decks, and it's just a good card. But you could play less if you wanted. I put Faithless Storm is bad, yeah. Thank you for confirming that, because we have had a lot of questions about looting and Storm. Maybe that's where all the Storm players are. There was a question about that, and They're just like, they've just confirmed that it's not good in the deck. Don't really care about the constructs, I guess. So we'll just go after the mana. So I have 9 enchantments. Looks like I can pretty comfortably play this Leyline Guildpact and activate Nykthos because I can only activate Destiny Spinner twice anyways, and this is still activating it twice. Or actually, sorry, this is activating it 3 times now because I can also go on the Dryad Arbor. And you know what? Dryad Arbor was pretty good this league. I've talked a lot of shit on our foresty friend, so it deserves to become a 10-11. Oh, Dryad Arbor. You always find a way to be awful. We're beating Culling Ritual, though. Okay, so 4-1, our first Enchantress League today. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's not all colors because Leyline of the Guildpact only makes non-land permanents all colors. I had the same confusion. Same confusion earlier. Deck's looking pretty good. I would recommend it. We're 6 hours in. I think let's go ahead and save Mono Green Eldrazi for tomorrow. I think it'll be good to have a little bit more stream life